So, Leo, you will kick us off with Thursday's Telegraph.
So they have Whitehall blob halts repeal of Brexit laws. Kemi Badenoch has said it's been impossible to scrap these promised Brexit laws. Rishi said he'd scrap 4,000 laws by the end of the year, but she says Whitehall intransigence is stopping them. Also, if it went to the Lords, he was facing defeat in the Lords. And also, there's some criticism because it would have weakened all laws if ministers could just chop and change laws. But I mean, I think that the scrapping 4,000 Brexit laws was always a bit of a soundbite because, I mean, what if some of them turn out to be good laws? I mean, they can't all be rubbish.
Well, they're not going to be sort of standalone laws on things we didn't have laws about before, are they? They're going to be specific numbers, specific quotas, that sort of thing. It's not like this idea, oh, that used to be illegal, but now that's legal again, or whatever. It's, people picture things in these ways, but I don't know. It is a bit like the bonfire versus the blob, isn't it? I suppose that seems to be the kind of narrative. Do you know what I mean? The blob will just extinguish any kind of reforming zeal any government comes up with. Do you have a view on this?
I just didn't like the way you looked at me when you said blob.
I didn't mean to do that. It's just the way that my earpiece just fell out of my ear at the time that gave me that irritated
blob as well.
That's right. I'm being bloody sensitive.
It always seemed a bit arbitrary to say we're going to scrap 4,000 laws. And well, why don't we pick through them and see if any of them are good, and then we can keep them. And also, I should imagine some of these laws allow us to trade more frictionlessly with Europe, so that would be quite handy.
I think some of the laws that they wanted to scrap are the regulations that people feel they do metastasise, if that's not unnecessarily sort of hostile word to use to describe it. And before you know it, anyone who's trying to set up a business, anyone wants to hire people, they're just bogged down with this kind of stuff.
The government, our government does that anyway. Regulation and red tape just increases exponential. I think it's gone up 60% or something since the 90s.
Insane. I remember Matthew Parris, who's quite a conservative, figure, really a columnist. Well, a few years ago, he detailed it by government, how much new legislation builds in, how big everything from the tax code to everything else gets. And he said it would be not a bad, as a point of principle, it would not be a bad idea if every government committed to pass no new legislation for the first year. Just see how things are. Just let everything settle and then see if anything really needs sorting.
You know what I mean? If anything goes on fire anywhere. And Trump had that great policy of if you want to pass a new law, you've got to get rid of 6 old laws. I think that's what he had.
I totally agree with that. And I'm a total hypocrite because my wardrobe expands, faster than I can wear things. I see a sale, come home with 3 suits, don't throw 3 out.